Jen, what's the benefit of working with an agency over and above going direct to a firm that you know?
Sure. So here at ProTax, I mean, we've got relationships with the heads of tax, the leading tax partners at firms all across the UK. We know what they're looking for, and even if there isn't a role that's advertised that's live, we know the type of candidates that they really want. We know if a candidate's got a good chance of getting an interview. And generally speaking, we're the first to hear when those vacancies go live. Before they go up on LinkedIn, before they're posted on a job board, we get the intel in terms of what's needed and when.
Well, going through an interview, what's the benefit of working with an agency when you're going through an interview process?
It's simply because we know these firms so well and we know what these partners really look for within the teams. So we can coach on, for typical kind of questions that are likely to come up in the interviews, things that can really make you stand out as well. We can also tell you about people that they've hired in the past, the backgrounds of people in the team, who you're going to be working with. So it's years of experience of working and having those relationships with these partners that has led us to be able to really prep these candidates appropriately.
And so if I'm a candidate, but I know departments and I know partners, should I just not go direct to them because I know them?
I know it always feels like the easiest route to go direct to a partner, particularly if you know them. But 9 times out of 10, partners come to us because they simply don't have the time, and their time costs a lot of money. So again, we can manage the process for you quite succinctly and efficiently. And you're never at risk of having your CV fall into that dreaded black hole where you might have approached an internal recruitment team, you might have approached a partner, and you don't hear anything back for weeks. So we can expedite those processes and give you realistic timeframes to work on.
Surely it's quite difficult to negotiate your salary with someone that you know.
Absolutely. So obviously it's our incentive to get the best package that we can for you. And again, we'll give you realistic feedback in terms of, are your expectations in line with what the market looks like? But our key aim here is to get the best remuneration package that we can for you. So we will always be aiming for that.
If I'm a candidate out there and I know that an accountancy firm is going to pay ProTax tens of thousands of pounds sometimes, surely that's better off on my salary than it is as a recruitment fee.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not that simple. I wish it was. But for most firms, you will tend to have a salary banding in place at each level. Even outside of the sort of larger corporate firms, most firms will obviously have a gauge of salary that they'd be looking to offer at each grade. And even if not, they'll be benchmarking your abilities and your experience against everybody else in the team. So unfortunately, they're not going to add on an extra 10 to 15K in terms of salary above anybody else in the team because you've gone direct. It simply doesn't work like that, unfortunately.